You know what that is? Of course you don't. That's a bad situation. Like playing turn off the lights and guess whose mouth that is. But with your uncles. I got one objective. Let's get it the hell out of there.
If you want to hold that one guy down, I'm just going to go reach and grab it, okay? Let me know when to go. Let me know. Go, 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 go.
This is an event review for Red Dawn.
Wait, watch out, move! I gotta throw it? I gotta throw this? What do we gotta do? The wind, bro! Holy shit! I know, somebody take it!
What happened to not running?
Go, go, I got 40 people yelling at me.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? This is a dual review. One part is going to be my Umbrella upgraded Avalon, and the other part is going to be MIR Tactical's Red Dawn event review. First off, I want to put out a little bit of a disclaimer. This is completely opinionated and personal to my play style and how I feel about a product and how I feel about this particular event. I don't want that to really sway anybody's judgment. I want people to go out, have fun, do whatever they want to do. Hopefully my little bit of information can help people in the future. If you haven't gone and watched the actual information I put out about the Umbrella gearbox, the DMR gearbox that I had installed into my Avalon caliber, I would suggest go check that out, get an idea of the stuff that I had to go through, the modifications I had to make to my gun, and how I felt about making those modifications to my gun when a gun can already be $400 and then spending another additional $800 on a gearbox. This event allowed me to really try it out. I had to make very little adjustments, very little hop up. I am literally running a straight stock hop up and bucking setup. It is straight out of the box and it was doing great. The only differences is the inner barrel, the gearbox, the pistol grip, the motor, and that's it, and a scope. I actually was shooting so far that I have already purchased a 6-power scope because a 1 to 4 power scope is not good enough. I was literally losing sight on the BBs, and just it was performing better than I could have ever expected. I do feel like the price point is still really high, but I got everything that I could have ever wanted. This thing shreds. I was intending to max out DMR class with this, and I feel like I have achieved that. Most of these shots are somewhere between 150 and 175 feet. I try and put the ranges up in the video to help give you guys an idea. Hopefully you guys enjoy some of the shots. I have a flat hop coming in the mail. Hopefully that'll be here before a future event coming next weekend or something like that. So in the video you're going to notice that literally all of the shots are falling to the left. That's because the entire day we faced the same direction. We never moved. We shot at the same exact targets the whole day. And there was probably about a 5 to 7 mile an hour breeze coming from right to left. So the entire day you're going to see everything falling from right to left. I did try it earlier in a heavily wooded area with almost no wind, and the thing was shooting perfectly straight. So this part of the game was probably about midday. There was a huge assault going straight into the castle in the background. I, again, had no intentions of running or doing anything exciting. I really just wanted to focus on testing my gun and making sure that it was doing everything that it was supposed to be doing just the way that I wanted it to do it. Unfortunately, it's hard for me to sit in the back. I am definitely the type of person to run all the way up to the front, which is what I'm about to do here in a second for no apparent reason.
One right there.
So at this point, I'm going to talk about the event itself. So I have never been to this event. I had no intentions of going to this event. It was just a big field, gave me plenty of space to try out my gun. So the event itself is $35. It's at Bandlandz Paintball Field in Crete, Illinois. It is a perfect game for beginners and entry players. So people with limited experience, maybe this is their first year playing, this is the perfect event to go for. It's cheap. There's like no rules at all. You get shot, you go back to the spawn, yada yada yada. It's very simple. Very little going on. You're just playing and having a good time, and I think that was the general consensus for everybody. Everybody was just out there shooting at random stuff, and it was pretty good for that part. I think more experienced players, I probably wouldn't go to this. I will probably never go to this one again. It's not worth my money or my time. I could do an open play at fields way closer to where I live. So yeah, that will probably be the end of that for this specific event. I'm not saying that the place is not a nice place. Bandlandz Paintball, it looks like a great place. I think there's food there, there's a shop there, bathrooms, all the normal stuff that you'd expect from going to one of these actual professional locations. Again, the event was pretty fun in some form or fashion. I would have really enjoyed playing in different parts of all of the fields. There is so much space to play, and all we did was play in one location, and it was super disappointing to me. I'm not entirely sure why they did that. I don't know why they didn't split up the forces and move them around to have separate engagements in different locations. There was very little guidance, which is not abnormal for MIR. This is just kind of what they do. I've done pretty much all of their events, and they're really fast and loose. And I'm not opposed to that. It gives you a chance to have a ton of fun and just play the way that you want to play with a little bit of guidance. This, again, is the opening event, so just have fun. I think that's what their goal was. Talking about the event a little bit further is some of the downsides, like the real downsides. I got there at probably about 8:15, something like that, and the place was like already packed. There's 400 plus people there around that time already. The lines are massive. You have to sign multiple waivers. If you haven't already done that, the line's just wrap and wrap and wrap. And you got 3 people taking this stuff on. 4 or 5 people max taking on 400 people all at once. It's kind of bad. I mean, if it was my way, I just wouldn't have done any of that. I would have just walked on the field because nobody would have been able to check. That's super, super not legit and doesn't make for a good playing experience, especially if you are running hot and you're just like, I'm not going to stand here with 400 people waiting to use 3 different chronos. I know that they're running chronos back and forth. Like, you should have been prepared. It should have been way better than that. I think I was standing there for like 45 minutes just standing there. The line was crawling. You know, worst case scenario, let's say you got to go to the bathroom while you're standing in line. Well, you're going to give up your spot, and you're going to be back at the end of the line where there's an additional 100 people just showing up right behind you. It should have been done totally different. I don't know how, maybe limit the field to where it's not 400 people, because 400 people is a ton of people, and if you don't got the equipment to chrono, get them signed in, signed up, all that stuff, just don't do it. Just don't do it, and it's going to make it a hell of a lot better for the people that are actually going there to have a good day. So this situation right now is a testament to how poorly planned this event was. I'm going to talk about it after I show what happened.
Yeah. Oh, that's a fire. I don't know why they would pick
Holy
fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're in the big brush, move out of the brush.
Yeah.
Move out of the big brush.
So yeah, remember how I was talking about there was about a 5 to 7 mile an hour wind going from right to left? Well, wind plus pyro plus dead grass and brush and fields and stuff like that, yeah, they don't mix. So that should have been something that should have been thought of. Okay, all the grass is dead. There's a pretty legit breeze going across a big open field of dead grass. Hey, maybe we shouldn't use pyro in this specific area. Maybe we shouldn't use pyro at all. I mean, that's the second fire, actually. The first one was a smoke grenade that went off and burned a small patch of grass. It could have gotten a lot worse. You can see it in the field view right there. I don't know. I don't think that there's a lot of thought that goes into this, into these events. They're intended just to be fast, loose, have fun, shoot each other. I don't know. Everybody jam into a spot, whatever. I don't know. If you die, whatever, cool. If you don't, then cool. Like, that mentality. Like, they'll give you an objective like, yeah, go get this box or flip this switch. That's it, dude. That's it. There is nothing further to the situation. In addition to the fire, pretty much nobody other than those people that witnessed the fire knew that there was a fire. So going back up to the main area where all the cars were and all the people were at, like, people had no idea that there was a fire there. Like, nobody. That could have been the end of the day, and that would have been it, and that would have really sucked. Referees around the field heading back to the fobs, they didn't even know that there was a fire, and when you told them about it, it was like, all right, go ahead and head back. But when you head back out there, they're telling you to get back on the field or get back off the field. It was really, really loose. For the next 2 minutes, you're going to see exactly why I don't like to play airsoft in the woods. You're shooting a little teeny BB really, really far, and it's hitting every single piece of grass, every single stick, everything. It's super annoying. Some people like it, that's fine. Me personally, I can't stand it. The entire time I was editing video, every time I saw this dude in the cowboy hat, I had to give him a name. I had to give him a name, so I named him Texas Roadhouse. One thing that I noticed that was really crappy as well is that .32 BBs were sold out almost instantly. People were buying tons of them. That's all fine and dandy. I think if MIR had known that potentially 400 people were going to show up, they should have brought tons and tons of .32 BBs. So throughout the day, I started to notice that I had a massive advantage over every single player on the field. Again, like you're seeing some of these ranges, it's, 175 feet. this guy, Texas Roadhouse, I mean, he has a bolt-action sniper, and he was getting close, but I'm doing this with an AEG, semi-automatic AEG, where I can literally send 140 rounds down in the time that he probably puts, I don't know, 20 or 30 rounds down. The absolute level of suppression that you're able to do with this upgrade, this Umbrella DMR drop-in upgrade, is incredible. If you have the money for it, if you're a full-blown enthusiast, you can either just go buy one of their AEGs or HPAs, or you can just do it yourself and have a little bit of pride in crafting your own gun.
Yeah, you can see him straight ahead.
There's one of raining shots.
Alright, so bottom line, Red Dawn.
Yeah, that's them.
I'm going to give it 3 out of 10. I would say if you're, if you're a new player or an entry-level player and you want to go out with your homies or whatever, this would be the place to do it. It's cheap, easy to play, nothing crazy going on. You could have a good time. More intermediate, higher level players, I don't know. I probably wouldn't go to it. I wouldn't waste my time or my money on it.
You got a buddy aid?
Yeah, I can take one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We've made a new level of our friendship.
Oh, yeah, for real.
Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to keep trying to put stuff out. I'm going to keep trying to work on the gun, make it as best as possible. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Enjoy the last little bit of clips here, and I'll catch you in about a week or 2 with some more video. Apparently I hit this person. I think on that first BB I caught the edge of that rag that she was wearing on her arm, and she called it, so props to her. Good job.